What's up, guys? The Saints just got some huge news for free agency. They didn't necessarily sign a new player, but it kind of feels like they did. They just re-signed, not re-signed. They basically redid the deal with Michael Thomas, and instead of him playing off of that ridiculous ass contract, and on top of that, they restructured it and made it basically to where the contract just was non-playable. They agreed on a 1-year, $10 million deal with Michael Thomas that can be up to $15 million in incentives, which I'm sure those incentives have games played in them, receptions, yards, all that kind of stuff. Just in case Michael Thomas does get injured, then, it's not like they're paying him fucking $25 million or anything. So I think this is fucking awesome because if you're looking at the Saints as a whole, right, they have not had a healthy Michael Thomas for the last 2 years on their team. Like, he's played 3 games the last 2 years. So he basically has not been a part of the team. And if you look at the Saints offense, one of the things they've really been missing is Michael Thomas. They've been missing Michael Thomas. They've been missing a true X receiver that can play the number one spot, big, physical, route running receiver. That's exactly what the Saints offense needs. That's basically the missing piece. Now, am I telling this the Saints offense is going to be fucking top 10 or top 5? No, I'm not saying that because Sean Payne's no longer there, and I think Pete Carmichael's definitely going to hold this offense back of what they're truly capable of. But the Saints offense could be pretty good next year if they're healthy. We don't know what is going to happen with Alvin Kamara and his suspension, but there's a lot. There's the Michael Thomas thing when it comes to Saints fans is so split. Some people are absolutely tired of his shit. Other people like me just want to see him healthy on the field because Michael Thomas is one of my favorite Saints players of all time. Like, even though he's had all these issues the last 3 years, I mean, I love Michael Thomas. But seeing him go out there week 1 last year and put up 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter and just absolutely take over the game was one of the best things I've ever seen as a Saints fan. Like, it's like that moment that I've been waiting, like a moment I've been waiting for so long, and then of course he fucking got injured again. But like, that was just one of the best. Like, that shit gave me goosebumps. It was awesome. It was fucking great. And now we're no longer we're not gonna be robbed of Michael Thomas and Chris Olave, that duo. Yeah, that duo will play next year, hopefully, as long as Michael Thomas doesn't die during training camp. But yeah, the Saints are keeping some of their pieces together, and I really like it now. Does this mean the Saints have to do nothing in free agency? No, because I was going to make a video on this yesterday addressing some issues, but the Saints lost 4 starters on defense yesterday. That including Caden Ellis, David Onyemata, Shy Tuttle, and Marcus Davenport. Now, Marcus Davenport sucks. I don't give a fuck. The Vikings gave him $13 million for 1 year. He can fucking have that. If they're going to pay, if he wants $13 million for half a sack, bye. He wasn't going to be a Saint anyway, but not Marcus Davenport, David Onyemata, and Shy Tuttle, one of them going to the Falcons, the other Shy Tuttle going to the Panthers. Those are pretty decent losses because now you only have one defensive tackle on the team, and his name is like Prince something. It's some dude I've never fucking heard of in my life. So the Saints are going to have to sign some defensive tackles, if nothing else, for depth. And then hopefully, at this point, I think you have to draft a defensive tackle in the first round. I think you do, because all the defensive linemen you really have on your roster are edge rushers. You have Cam Jordan, Carl Granderson. I don't think Carl Granderson's a free agent. I could be wrong, though. And then you have Peyton Turner, who hasn't done shit. So I don't know what's going to happen there. But Michael Thomas, I think it's a great deal for Michael Thomas. Just 1 year, prove it. If he has an absolutely elite season, then you can probably keep him. I'd say after that, you probably sign him for like a 3-year deal, because you do have to keep in mind that he is coming into his age 30 season. So he's not, even if he fucking wins Offensive Player of the Year, he's not going to get like a crazy bag just because of the fact that he is old. Now, okay, let me rephrase that. If he wins Offensive Player of the Year again, he will get a pretty good bag, but not like a 5-6 year contract. If you give it, not a long-term bag. But yeah, as a Saints fan, I love to see this. I'm still not. I think the Saints can be pretty decent next year, but I'm going to formulate all my thoughts after free agency and let's see how the division turns out, because the Falcons have made some moves, the Panthers have made some moves. So, I mean, we'll see what happens with the division. I do think the Saints are going to be pretty good next year, but like I said in my Derek Carr video, I'm not sold on, I don't think the Saints have this bright future or anything. In fact, I think they just need to accept it or I did accept at one point that they needed to do a rebuild. Now, if the coaching staff can prove me wrong, then we're good. But I don't think the Saints can win long term with this coaching staff they have right now with Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael. But we'll see. I hope they prove me wrong. I'm so happy to see Michael Thomas back. I think him and Derek Carr could be a great pairing. That's the dog. That means time to end the video. So, thanks for watching, and see you guys next time. Can't guard Mike. I'm so fucking happy he's back. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.